Right then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. Now, I think it is time to go to bed. I wish it wasn't real life, because the last week has left me knackered, but that isn't the point. Yeah, I had the strangest feeling this was going to be an eventful evening. A fitful dream. The bed in which your corporeal self is still presumably sleeping. Well, hopefully, unless I haven't started sleepwalking or been person-napped. All of your favourite pants gone. Well, this is a bit of a tragedy, however, not an irreplaceable tragedy, given I don't seem to obtain many pants. What are you talking about? The only way to interact with your inventory during a dream is if you had convinced Freddy to hold it for you at the exact moment you went to sleep. I presume you mean Freddy Krueger, given I can't think of any other characters in this game by the name of Freddy. I did that. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. I asked him to hold all of my stuff, and he very kindly said that he would. You don't even know Freddy. Fine. Whatever. Shush. I don't know why there's a rolling pin flying by, but never mind. Hello, friend. It is Jeff, the kid who used to bully you in the 3rd grade. Make amends. I don't want to make amends. I'm twice the height of him. I want to smack him in the chops. Jeff, listen. No, hang on. Did I bully him or did he bully me? I'm confused. I understand in retrospect you must have had problems at home, and I just want you to know that everything was alright with me. Jeff spots over the overdue library book in your hand. Oh, I see. This must just be a dream version of you, and you're still just as much of a jerk as you were in the 3rd grade. Jeff suddenly punches you, knocking out all of your teeth. If this is actually happening, I'd be very mad. You pick your teeth up and walk away. I said this line with surprising articularity, given I've no teeth. He's a request item. I dread to think what kind of a quest involves my own frickin' teeth, but never mind. These are unmistakably your teeth. You can tell by the scar on the upper left second bicupsid. Definitely, I'm a dentist. But your teeth are also still definitely in your gums where they belong. I am thoroughly confused, but never mind. He's a jerk, so let's not listen to him. Oh, it's you again. It's that spooky nerd from the refrigerator factory who invited him to your dream. Is he the same man that we met? Oh, sorry, mouse. Sorry, it's yards of bloody cables. Why is the music gone so quiet as well? Is he also the same bloke that we met at the basement of the house before it disappeared into a million... no, not in the basement of the house, in the dinosaur dilemma. I got myself confused. I need to get past you, I think. You do not belong here. In my own dream, I'm literally the only person in the whole of existence who could possibly belong here. This dream is only partially yours. This central vicinity is under different ownership. Whose ownership? I should think it is obvious. I have claimed this region of your dream space for myself. Who are you? Who... And you are who? And you are who? Oh dear. Hang on a second. And who are you? And you are who? And are who you? I rather like and are who you? And are who you? Accountant General Terence Poindexter. Decidedly not at your service. I would tip my hat to you if it did not merit such a gesture. Fine by me, that hat is creepy and evil looking anyway. Poindexter's... This is not an easy name to say. Poindexter's? I presume it's Poindexter's. His eyes narrow. He points a weird device that he's holding at his hat, and it sounds bleeping fast in irregular pattern. Do I take you to mean that this hat appears unusual to you in a visual sense, I suppose? Also in quite an emotional sense as well, given the fact that it's really creepy and I keep leaving the mouse on the screen. I should turn that off. Well, yes, putting it mildly, it is more of an anti-hat. He arches his eyebrows. I must inform the president. You mean, you want to talk to President Coleridge about your weird hat? You have misapprehended both subject and object. It is the real president I must speak with, as to the topic of conversation with you. Right, okay. I presume that Coleridge was the name of the US president during the early 20s. I don't know. I know who was the president at the end of the 20s, but not before. Anyway, indeed, you see far too much, in fact. When we next meet, I will have prepared a remedy for this complication. He steps off the edge of whatever it is you're standing on and plummets below into the nothingness. That's a tad foreshadowing. This won't end well for him. Indeed it will not, especially since he just seems to have plummeted off a cliff, but never mind, there's that owl skeleton again. This bookshelf is not behaving the way bookshelves do when you are awake. Vibrations of the nether zones? Never mind about the vibrations in the nether zones. That's just something to keep me company at night. Oh yeah, I can't read that, can I? Never mind, we'll read that later. Is there anything else going on over here? I do not believe so now. Alright, just step through the portal and return to bed, which is a strange thing. Hello, sunglass salesman? Or possibly FBI agent. I'm not sure. A man in an expensive suit is sitting at the foot of, is standing at the end of your bed. Who are you? He's probably me, to be honest. You may call me Don Toblerone. Don Toblerone. Okay, that man alive. That just sounds like it came out of a parody, but never mind. I represent a certain organization, shall we say, like-minded criminals. Organized crime? Like the mob? Oh, I see, so you're Don of the local mob. The mob boss in my room, personally? No, I am not the Don. That is merely my, non-Mancali. It's my short name, abbreviation for Donald. I appreciate the confusion. It has been a matter of some confusion, yes. I do, however, have a for criminals, they speak extremely well, don't they? What on earth are you talking about? Could you define the word? Donny Thesaurus. I'm going to take a hazard guess they call you that because you like long words. Oh, it's not just him. Good. Or rather, it is just him. It's not the entire organisation. Of this I'm grateful, otherwise my tongue would get tied in an inordinate knot. That is very astute of you. Of course, this astuition comes at no surprise to me. My associates tell you handled yourself well during the the kerfuffle of the refrigeration manufacturing Oregon. Do you actually own a thesaurus? It would probably come in quite handy. I am here to propond for your considerationing a certain proposition. Come again. I'd like to make you an offer. Is this one I may refuse? Certainly, though your refusal, shall we say, be unadvisory. Alright. What is the deals? From time to time, my colleague, I'm going to try and translate as we go through, for both our sakes. My colleagues and I have certain requirements, but lack the necessary manpower to achieve them. At such junctures, we make lucrative arrangements with certain capable individualists. We find ourselves, at the moment, at a juncture, such as the junctures I have thus described. You want to hire me for a job. That is nice of you to say, but thank you. Okay, why not? Gives us something to do this episode, I suppose. An excellent decision, if I may articulate as such. So what happens now? Just say, sit tight, as they say, and we will call upon you telephonically. Ooh, we're finally going to make some use of the phones in this place. That makes a nice change. He gives you a curt nod, then leaves the room through the window. It takes him 3 or 4 times to work the latch. Oh, poor old soul. Can I see the specific window that he went out of, or is that not a thing? It would appear to not be a thing. Alright then, what is on my to-do list, as I am very busy, and have totally forgotten everything? You've no side quests, and, oh goodness. I also presume I've lost all of my effects. Yes, not just the ones that got burnt up in the blazing box. How did you sleep? Fine, until a mob guy crawled into my bedroom window. That window is pretty lousy. It's not very discriminating either about the kind of people it lets in. Never mind. Anyway, the next antique I need you to find is a compass. The directional kind, not the circles kind. Oh, thank you for clarifying that for the maths twit within me. The Detectatron says it's near the Crystal Dream Lake. I do wish there was a hyphen there. I don't know where that is, but I bet it's too far to walk. Do you have a car I might borrow? No, I have something better than a car. You've 2 cars? No, I have a bus pass. Oh, brilliant. The stop is out front of... The stop out front is your gateway to a whole new world of adventure with the bus pass. Thank you. Not a massive fan of buses, to be honest, but I suppose they're better than walking. Alright, we have a postcard and a new location unlocked. This picture postcard is of the Crystal Dream Lake, and it's detailed enough to serve as an ersatz map. There's a word I haven't seen before. Have you been speaking to Don Thesaurus or whatever his name was? But this is a postcard. It also has a map of the lake on it. It has a picture of the lake on it. Well, that's what a map is, really, a picture of a place. I suppose, inarguably, that is sort of true. Okay, has anything changed around here? Everything is still on fire. How are you on this fine morning? Did you have somewhere to sleep or not? I feared you may have slept on the floor. How's hobo life treating you? Well, I won't say I got no complaints, but there's never a dull moment. Why, you're thinking of joining up? Considering all my luggage burned in a mysterious fire and I'm sleeping in the back room of a shady antique store, I kind of feel as if I'm halfway there. Well, heck, we'll have you riding the rails in no time. He seems a chip of salt, and this is excellent. There's a note for you, called on T with the phone number. I suppose I shall call him. You dial the number. Salutations, whom is telephoning? May I love that it's the telephone that's talking to me. That's quite excellent. It is me. It is you, Don. Ah, you have reciprocated my missive. Commendable. Yes. I've never actually met people like this, but I've met people who were a tiny bit like this, and they were equally annoying. There is an assignment of which I require your performation. An assignment? Hopefully I'll turn back to do university. Were I the comedic sort, I might refer to it as an undertaking. Why is that funny? Do I have to kill somebody? Yeah, you want me to kill somebody? No way! I'm glad you aren't the comedic sort. Can you describe it properly, please? There is an antiquated distillery near the Crystal Dream Lake, Grandpa Joe's Distillery, to be more precise. It was abandoned when Prohibition began, albeit with its liquor manufacturing equipment intact. A group of contraceptives? Alright, apparently we're going to go and battle a load of condoms later. That's going to be quite interesting. To our own has claimed it as their own territory. We wish for these bloodsuckers to be eviscerated with extreme prejudice. Oh, evicted, sorry, not eviscerated. That's something slightly different. When you say bloodsuckers, do you mean vampires? Okay. So you want me to give the bums rush to a whole bunch of rival mob goons? There is no underground criminal organisation that rivals our own in this vicinity. When I say bloodsuckers, it is my intention that you will observe the phraseology of a high degree of literalness, to which I refer to the group I refer to, which are Nosferatu. I'm sorry. What the blazes are you talking about? Vampires. Right, you might have mentioned that in the first place. You're telling me there are actual vampires in this part of the world? That is affirmative. They've been a pain in our necks for quite an extensive period of time. Oh, it appears I've inadvertently voiced another criticism. I didn't notice. Actually, I did, but we won't worry about that. Alright, I'll take care of your vampire problem, which I guess isn't that much weirder than the fishman. And actually, now that you think about it, that's a good point. Where is the distillery? Tom Toblerone. I've forgotten his name was Toblerone. Oh dear, I'd like to make a joke out of that, but I can't think of one, and I'm sorry about that. He gives you directions to the place, eventually. In addition to that, you will be requisitioning the combination for the lock. Let me guess, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Certainly not. Kindly allow us the credit for a modicum of operational screening. We selected the most unassailable combination possible. 9, 9, 9. In fairness, if you were doing it through trial and error in terms of starting at 0, 0, 0, and then going 0, 0, 0, 1, and then 0, 0, 0, 2, that would take them the longest to solve. But never mind. I imagine people probably try the basic ones like that, anyway. Never mind. This still doesn't go anywhere, even though I'm convinced it somehow links up to the speakeasy, but never mind. What is the ups with you, my friend? Nothing at all. Alright, this is acceptable if a bit happens. Oh, the jewellery shop! I had totally forgotten about this. A blonde flapper cracks her chewing gum and then gives you a sharky grin and a little wave. Goodness, who are you? Depends on who's asking. It depends if he owes you money or not. You're being all tough and mysterious. Well, Molly Buttons is who's asking back, and I do like games, but I dare push my luck with you. Alright, you've got me, so how do you know my name and who the hell are you? I mean, actually, who the hell have you come from? The boss sent me to lend you a hand and keep an eye on you, savvy? What? Hey now, I put in my 2 weeks notice before I left, Plough's keep easy, fair and square. No, not that boss, yeah. Are you trying to write plonker? You're trying to write plonker in a Cockney accent, aren't you? Which is interesting, because I've never actually seen the word written down before. Maybe that's the correct way of spelling it. I don't know. Who's the boss, then? You know. She glances over her shoulders and then hisses at you. The mob boss. Ooh, that's the boss. Sheesh, I can't tell if you've got a screw loss or you're just funning me. No, I'm just real stupid. I like to keep people guessing. So, you're supposed to be partnering up with me. That's the deal, McNeil. And what do you do? What's a 20-something girl like you doing something working for the Moss anyway? I ain't just a pretty face. She pulls a Tommy gun with a fun-sized drum magazine from behind her back and gives it a flip in the air and then catches it with a mad glitter in her eyes. Okay, I'm going to insult this woman's method of verbal locomotion slightly less, now that I know she can shoot me in the face. You have to whisper the boss, but you're fine with waving a machine gun around in public. So we teaming up or not? I don't need a crazy mob dame on my team. I so need a crazy mob dame on my team. Sure, why not? Absolutely. Molly has joined you as your companion. Peachy. You want I should come with you right now, or cool my heels at Knobbly Bobbly for a while? Oh, I should have called it the Knobbly Bobbly. Come with me now. We shall send Obi for a bit of a chill. Suits me fine. My dogs are barking up a storm. I have Naya Baldy's what you're on about, but never mind. Let's hit the bricks. Go and hit some bricks. She's literally just wandering around with a gun. Okay, so she actually had nothing to do with the jewelry store. I know that I've got a gun strapped to my hip, a rather small one if I remember correctly, and she's got a massive gun strapped to her hip, but we're not actually here to steal your things. And we also work for the mob, but we're not here for protection. The proprietor nods politely to herself. Hello, I am Dorothy Rodkin, if you would like a ring or an amulet or whatever. Oh, Dotty Rods will fix you right up. Alright, what have you for sale? You have the Baconstone brooch. The Baconstone brooch, okay. Brooches are a popular setting for baconstones because they are worn close enough to the nose that you can really appreciate the aroma. Oh gosh, and a fancy tie tack. This is a way to show people that you could afford the most expensive tie if you wanted to, even if you're already wearing the most expensive possible tie. I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. What's my current accessory? Is this... No, not this. This is this. Plus 2 my ranged weapon attacks. Oh, because that's going to increase the damage of my hits by 2. But then if I got the tie, which seems appropriate, that would also increase my moxie by 1. I think I will get it, for we have plenty of monies. What in the name of heck did that say? The Rift Crystal? When the hell did I get a crystal out of one of the hulls of Skyrim? Could you make me a custom amulet? I have this really fancy looking crystal. I said in something. Sure thing, it'll be a real nice crystal. It's my favourite thing in the whole world, so no funny business. When did I get this thing? This isn't the crystal I got out of the, Oh, is this the crystal I got out of the house that vanished into thin air? Possibly that's what it is. Of course, like I said, a nice amulet. We'll say 300 men. Alright, we'll have that. I'm really quite nervous at this thing. Dottie pulls some blank amulets out from under her counter for you, and you select one. Then carefully sets the crystal in the middle of it, and you watch her like a hawk the whole time. There you are. Perfect. How do you like it? That is very nice, thank you. Ooh. This seems stupidly dangerous to wear. It seems like that is way too positive. I'm suspect that thing's going to betray me and blow my head off, isn't it? Never mind. Now that you've had the beautiful Rift Crystal set in an amulet, you can wear it right next to your heart, where it belongs. Frankly, I'm supposed to swallow the bloody thing, but never mind. We'll have that there instead, because, yes, I rather like that. That will make me an awful lot stronger in fights, which means I can do much more roughing up. Excellent. This reminds you of some of your favourite Sherlock Holmes story, The Case of Assaulted Jewellery. I've never read a Holmes book in my life, which is possibly one of the reasons why I'm quite so stupid. But never mind, we need to get on the bus. Indeed, take the bus to a place. Ocean City, you are here. Crystal Lake, yes please. Oh, goodness. The spooky forest. Very spooky indeed. Okay then, right then. Well, I'm already highly haunted, so, light out of this house? Where am I? Do I have another map? I do have a little postcard map. Oh, you can move this around as well, like a thing on the Ouija board. Excellent. Why not relevant, but I suppose if we're in a spooky forest, perhaps there'll be a Ouija board somewhere. Alrighty then. This presumably is the, where is this in fact? This is the lighthouse. Okay, so this is not the distillery, but this is presumably where the thingamajig that I'm looking for is. You probably ought to introduce yourself before you start poking around this stuff. Well, I'm not going to, though. I wish to do poking. I do notice some hobo language there, which I wish to read. But never mind. This is the lighthouse keeper. Presumably allows to commune. Excuse me, who's the lighthouse keeper? I'm sorry to bother you. Oh dear. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. What on earth are you talking about? I ain't talked out loud in a while. I get rusty. Oh, I see. Lighthouse keeping a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't minding now. I ain't exactly a people's person. I know how you feel. What can I do for you? What does a lighthouse keeper actually do? Have you seen an old campus around here? Or nothing, thanks. I just thought I'd ram myself into your home for no particularly well-defined reason. What does the job entail, precisely? Well, it used to be I had to light the lamp every sundown, and then douse it again at sunrise to save on fuel. Used to be? Well, that was back when we were an oil lamp. We got hooked up to an electrical grid a couple of years ago now, so I can just leave it on all the time. But all I have to do is change the bulb once in a while. That sounds extremely dull. I never get bored or waste plenty to do. You must have plenty of hobbies. Got a book, a whittling knife, and plenty a middle distance to stare into. How did you end up in this kind of world? What sort of qualifications make you well prepared for this? My family's always been lightkeepers, on both sides. Mum and Pa kept lighthouses within sight of each other. Used to wink their lights back and forth once in a while. Oh, that's sort of romantic. You know, I never did find out how I was actually born. What? Well, there are the birds and there are the bees, and when they love each other very much, sort of explosions go off, I think, and then it sort of works, something to that degree. I don't know. Anyway, have you seen a compass around here? The directional kind or the circling kind? The directional kind, without doubt. I got an old one I picked up from an estate sale about 20 years ago. I reckon I'd show it to you, but it's upstairs and the lighthouse is flooded. How is the upstairs bit flooded? Surely the bottom bit should be flooded. It should sort of go up. You know, that's why when there's a flood, you go up to like the third floor of your house. You don't hide in the basement. That would be silly. Never mind. Fill right up to the top. Have a look through the window there, and you might see a fish pass by. How under the sun did that happen? The pump broke. No, I mean, how does a lighthouse just fill up with water? We aren't even below sea level here. Something to do with the tides, I reckon. This is a lake. I don't think it gets affected by tides. Anyway, I need a Glaxton valve to fix the pump, and a hardware store down the road a piece, if you've a mind to help out. Okay, I should do that. Can I play a game of chess? Nice chess set. Did you whittle the pieces yourself? Indeed, it took me 16 years. It took you 6 months to carve each piece. Pawns went quicker than the tall ones, but more or less, The horses are particularly tricky. No sense rushing in. Would you like to play a game? Can't, or a difficult game in progress. The only pieces moved is a single white pawn. I went first. It was about 2 years ago. Who are you playing with? Nobody. Alright. I mean, I'll play with you. You push one of the black pawns forward. Interesting. Now it's your turn. Don't rush me. I wish to consider all of the possibilities. Come back in 3 or 4 months. Oh dear. Please don't do this in an overly mathematical manner. Never mind. A simple vanity for a simple man, and we can go through this little, I didn't read the comments before, but this is quite cute. I wonder if my monocle comes off. That's my favourite part. Never mind. Yes. I could read some things. The funny flower. What can I make with a funny flower? Some cold armor or some iron pumpernickel? Strange. I don't think I need either of that, so I think I should save it. Can I read the glyphs? Can I not read the glyphs? Whoa. Did you see that? Everything went kind of back to front for a minute then. It was most strange. That was very suspicious. I don't know what that was all about, but never mind. Let's just move swiftly on, because that often seems to sort of destroy the whole world. Through the window, you can see that the lighthouse tower is entirely filled with water. The lighthouse keeper has put a little cork in the keyhole. This seems wise. Something fishy is going on around here, and I don't just mean the new neighbours. A single book sits on the table. War and Peace, huh? That's a hefty one. Mind the bookmark now? Oh, of course, looks like you've just started. Been reading for about 5.5 years. Your bookmark is still in chapter 1. I just got up to the last sentence of it. I've been reading 1 word a day. War and Peace must be about 600,000 words long. Oh, don't tell me how it ends. I won't. And you won't find out unless you're a vampire as well, and you can live forever. Never mind. This is the funky pump that's broken. All right, fair enough. Let's move swiftly on from this place. Look, giddy, aren't you? Kidding, it was down the road somewhere. Let's get out of here before the entire universe breaks again. Ah, nuts. Hold the line. I stepped in some kind of weird shrooms. Spores all over my good dancing shoes, for crying out loud. Glad we can agree on something. Dancing is an actual dancing, or is it a back alley shootout? Why do I want a different pair for each thing? That's just simple. She wipes the spores off her heels with a leaf and hands it to you as though you'd know what to do with it. You gain an item, fragrant spores, a potion, handful of mushroom spores with visible aroma lines wafting off them. Increases your mysticality by 1 and the danger of your magical weapons by 3. That is cool. Alrighty then. I should probably actually consume some sort of various bits and pieces, because I don't have any current effects. After a short hike, you find a small hardware store nestled in the sparse woods surrounding the lake. It is the very model of a down-home country hardware store, except it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front chewing fat. Maybe it's their day off. Maybe they ran out of fat. Maybe they got scared off by the woman with an enormous gun, who has a really, really worrying grin on her face, but never mind. Let's just read what this says. Nice man asking for candy. Neat. Indeed, this is excellent. The fact that I've pressed left the mouse in a bad place, again, is not good, but never mind. You can't have everything. Hello, friend! Let me see what you have. This barrel has a joke price on it of 10,000 meat. Is it a joke, though? I have a horrible feeling it's not. A barrel of rusty nuts and bolts, in case you wanted to buy some useless garbage, one supposes. Modern consumer habits are difficult to discern. Paints in all of the season's trendiest patented colours. Okay. Either my game is completely broken, which seems very unlikely because I never encountered a single bug in it before or the previous game, or I'm going completely mad, having some sort of brain explosion, aneurysm, stroke thing, or this world is just really freaking weird. Such as cauliflower fuchsia, beet lavender, blackberry maroon. Indeed. You don't understand the purpose of any of these tools. I can probably work out some of them. There's some tongs at the end there that could be useful for gouging somebody's testicles off. This shelf is labelled with ineffective pesticides, as presumably this one was with the more effective pesticides. Hello, friend. You are the proprietor, one presumes. Indeed I am. Welcome to Valley Hardware, best hardware store in the Valley. Why is that? Because it's the only one? Because it is the only store in the Valley. Been a long time since I got to use that joke. Don't get many new customers, or many new jokes for that matter. What can I do for you? Ask about a valve, ask for candy, or what else do you have? Is that, do you have any candy? Why, sure I do. Here you go. He pulls a piece of hard candy out of a jar under the counter and hands it to you. Hard candy. Increases your physical armor by 3. Excellent. Given to you by the friendly hardware store man, indeed. So it's not drugged. Do you have any valves? What kind do you need? Do you need a Molston, a Snackston, a Marston, a Glaston, a Glaston, a Cropston, or something else? I genuinely don't know what I need. Or a Wixton, a Claston, a Clarpston, a Glaxton, a Glockstone, or a Claxton. Alright, you're just looping through them all over again. I don't have the faintest baldies what I want. Would you stop frickin' doing that? This is very, very mysterious. What else do you have? You have some batteries, you have comfy hat lining. Oh man, I've seen like cosplayers use this in like the inside of like helmets and things, but I've never seen one in a hat. There is nothing that can be made more comfortable but the application of an inside-out rabbit. That is kind of horrific, but I also kind of like them. I think I've seen these before. For people who value their toes an awful lot more than they value the rest of their feet. As a used plunger. Ew, that's disgusting. At least tell me it's been rinsed. There's almost nothing in this world as unpleasant to think about as somebody else's toilet plunger. You are not kidding. Okay, right. Yes, a reliable, if expendable source of a very small volume of fire. Yes, without doubt. Okay. First things first, we had this vibrations of the nethers that we weren't talking about. So, let's see what we've got here. Touching the shaky book makes your hands start shaking in a way that you are surprised to find really cool. You have a skill, jazz hands. If you held it for longer, you could probably get your hands shaking even more stylishly. That'll take some additional effort, though. If you do, it will increase your moxie by 2 more. Let's do it! Indeed. You hold the book tightly, letting it shake your hands until you become worried that you'll also develop a case of jazz eyes. Jazz hands has been upgraded. You could have put the book back in your sack, but the shaky hands cause you to drop it onto a bonfire instead. Not sure there should be bonfires in the middle of hardware stores, but never mind, it doesn't matter. Let me attach this to my beautiful, beautiful hat here to increase my AP even further. You are currently wearing the uncursed fedora, and I wish to make it a comfy uncursed fedora. Indeed, this is excellent. Alrighty then. What do we have with regards to potions? We got that on. Let me see. What foods do we have? What lovely bit of food we have? We get our mysticality up by 1. We increase our AP by 5. We could increase gives you 5 energy or 5 HP each round. That sounds more like a in combat item, but maybe I am wrong and stupid and silly. I do not know. See what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to hold off until we find out what sort of thing we need. Like if we need a bit more mysticality, then that remain part of the store. Well, it is. It's just not part of the consumer floor. But never mind. I have no idea what I need from him. Yes, indeed. I'm going to wait until we need to know what stat we need to up before we actually bother upping any particular stats. So, regarding this valve, I honestly have no idea what I need. Do you have one of the first one? Pretty sure that ain't a thing. Oh, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, do I need to return to the, we specifically stated it was a Glaxton. Oh, I do sincerely apologise. I am not particularly good at reading. I wish to have a Glaxton, please, which is a different type. I think it's the 4th one. A Glaxton valve. Well, shucks, they stopped making them things nearly a decade past. I guess there's a slight chance it's still in the back room. Ain't been there since termites got into inventory. Maybe after it got flooded. Anyway, it's a real biblical state of disaster over there. Are there many termites in the Bible? I don't remember reading that chapter, but never mind. I'll lock the door for you. You can go and have a look around. You find a Glaxton valve in the mess. You're welcome to it. Can I just step in there? Okay, I shall go and investigate. Oh, for goodness sake. These boxes would be perfect for storing a collection of mildew clothes. Nasty trash. Yes, a pile of waterlogged garbage. Oh no. Seepage has caused this concrete to become set in its ways, blow its mind with my psychogeological powers. You open the concrete's mind to the wonders of the world. Good, I've got my PhD now. Excellent. The shelf is empty, but even its emptiness is somehow dirty. Oh, dirty. So mischievous. How much of a door has to be gone before it doesn't count as a door anymore? An interesting philosophical question to which I don't know the answer to. There's something wrong with this door in a way that termites and flooding don't readily explain. Step through it, I suppose. Oh dear. You step through the world and suddenly we've got this kind of old-timey camera filter on here, which seems pertinent, but not pleasant. You step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurch in your stomach and a burst of, this was a really stupid idea in your mind. Like when you hit the first drop of a travelling carnival's rusty and hastily assembled roller coaster. Oh, after a moment, when the feeling has subsided sufficiently, you open your eyes and look around. It looks like you're still in the same place you were, except someone's come in and cleaned up everything while you weren't looking. This is sort of, why were they selling so many frickin' doors in this place? Why was that such a high demand product? Stacks of boxes neatly labelled. unpleasant. Shelves of neatly organised hardware that definitely has not yet been destroyed. A workbench covered in things. I do not have the necessary things, however. Alright, what do we have over here? There's a 1917 calendar on the wall. It looks brand new. Can I go through the door? As you leave the storeroom, the shopkeeper spins around. You both stare at each other in surprise. You because the shopkeeper looks quite a bit younger than he did before, and him because, hey now, what the heck are you doing in my back room, and how'd you get in there without me seeing? I'm a termite inspector. Yes. I didn't call for any termite inspections. No, for I do supply the inspections to the termites, so if I'd out about it in advance. How did you get past me? I am very good at my job. I don't really know why that's an important part of being a termite inspector, but sorry, just the idea of the termites actually figuring out that the inspector is coming in advance and, like, hiding is just a strangely entertaining idea for a cretin such as I. Never mind. Well, I don't expect you found any termites. I make my own custom pesticides. Yes, they seem to be very effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up check later, then. That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move any stuff around. I like to keep it tidy. That is alright. Outhouse rental. I don't want to rent another man's outhouse. If that's perfectly alright with you. The sound of this barrel says, not for sale, at any price anyone would actually bloody buy. The more popular colours of the time, such as conservative orange, traditional brown, and inoffensive blue. Kitty answer like things the landlords paint their houses with. Never mind. It is the hardware store from back when he was younger. Is younger. This freaking thing is still going on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Best value in Kitty Yard. No one's ever asked me to justify that claim before. Is it because you're the only hardware store in town? That's a good one. I have to remember that. Believe me, I know you will. Now, what can I do for you? Ask about the outhouse rentals. Can I rent me an outhouse? You're not renting out outhouses. Oh, funny. Well, at least I was. Now that the indoor plumbing's starting to get popular, there's no market for them anymore. Just got the... Oh, is that why you're selling so many doors? Is it like a build-your-own outhouse? A DIY outhouse from IKEA? That would... I wouldn't want to be absolutely desperate to relieve myself and then have to find I have to spend half an hour reading the poorly translated instructions that come in the flat pack box. But never mind. Just got the one left, and after that I'm calling it quits for putting up new ones. Can I rent the last one? Sure thing, 200 meat up front for the installation and half that much each month. What maintenance cost do I have to pay? I dumped some powdered lime down the hole to clean out the ventilation pipes and check for splinters. Ugh, I didn't think of that before. And once the pit starts to get full, I'll move the outhouse over a couple of yards and dig you a new one, plus a free subscription to the local newspaper. Why not? This is the most freaking ridiculous thing I've ever... I don't know where I want you to put it, but put it somewhere useful. I've heard of impulse shopping, but buying an outhouse when you don't really need one, that's a new one to me. Listen, it ain't going anywhere. Why don't I just hold on to the meat and come back when you've got a plan? Oh, that's a bit mean. Do I still have no idea where it's going? I can pay him again? Oh, no, he gave it back to me. Why don't you hold on to the meat? Oh, thank heaven for that. I thought this was the weirdest scam I've ever encountered in my life. Never mind. Could I buy a Glaxton? No, I don't want to buy a bloody outhouse. Can I buy a valve? Government fellas bought my entire stock. What for? For the big dams they're building. I can order you one though. How long will that take you? 6 to 8 weeks. And my time machine isn't that specific. Would you mind holding on to it with me if I'm not back right away? Sure, no problem. How long do you figure? Maybe 11 years? What? No. Forget how I said that's not a problem. No, nuts. Well, listen. I can tell you that they bought a heap more Glaxton valves than they're ever going to need for the dam. So if you go up to the worksite and get the foreman to sell you one of their spares. Where is it? Southeast end of the valley. You got a map? Well, I have a postcard. Crystal Dream Lake? Never heard of that. But I guess it... But I got a little picture of the dam on it there, see? It's about the same place relative to here. We're still hanging around in the past then. Oh, there don't seem to be anything on the other side of this door. Weird. Oh, we're not hanging around in the past. We're going to go back. I can investigate the termites. Polished. So, now we're going to the dam? Oh, I still can't ask him about the outhouse. That's a shame. Okay, so now we can go to the dam instead. Alright then, let's change up the pace a little bit and go and see the vampires first, I think, for no particularly well-defined reason. Oh, goodness. I mean, I have poor teeth, but goodness. Hello, friend. A spooky-looking lady is guarding the front door of the old distillery. Presumably she's a vampire. She looks spooky enough to be a vampire. Isn't that racist? It was 1922. They weren't quite so sharp on that back then. So, we'll probably get away with it. She glares at you as you approach, her eyes flashing a blood rage. Begone from this place. You have no business here. I do, actually. I'd like you to invite me inside. What? No! But don't you have to? I thought that was one of the big vampire things. If someone asks you to invite them to their house, you have to do it. What are you yammering on about? That is nearly the most opposite of true that is possible for it to be. Darn it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Isn't it that vampires can only enter your home if you've invited them? Well, rats. Leave this place at once, or the consequences will be most dire. Oh, come on, don't be like that. What's eating at you? If you do not leave, the question will be what is eating you, and the answer will be me. That was pretty good, I suppose. You really set me up for that one. Fight her, tricking her into letting you pass, or leave her be. I think I'm going to try and bamboozle her. Given that she seems to appreciate her Zeds, so we'll throw another one at her. Okay, I'll go. I have an appointment anyway. Oh, hey, do you have the time? I do not have a watch, but, she shades her eyes with one arm and looks up at the midday sun. Probably around 12:30. Her hair bursts into flames, and with a screech she turns into a bat, which is still on fire and escaped into a hole in the side of the building. Do vampires need to look specifically at the sun in order to die? I thought they just needed to be, shined on, but never mind. I don't understand the solar dynamics of demons, so we should just leave that be. Never mind. Would you stop frickin' doing that, please? What even is artillery, and why should you care about this one? Ugh, terrible, just go. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is the hole that the little guard fled through. I could scooch my way through there, or I could use the combination. Government issue combination lock. Surely you wouldn't want a government issue one, because then the government would, be able to know what the code was in order to get through it. When they came to investigate you for stealing hooch. Or hoarding hooch, or something, I don't know. Which of these increased my mocks of viciousness? Did any of them do that? No, absolutely none of them. What about my potions? Not my pants, this is slightly different. Physical armor, damage of mystical weapons, mysticality. I could drink a load of oil, which probably isn't good for me. Maybe just lubricating myself with it. I dread to think. Cold armor, HPs, these armor, melee weapons, mysticality. Alright, I just oil myself up so that I may squeeze through. Slick indeed. Your movements are now almost entirely devoid of internal friction. Oh, excellent. I don't really know why I want to go through here, but I will anyway. Hello, friends. Was there any point in doing this? I'd have to go back the way you came in. Seriously, how does this help? Because surely I can just go through here. Yeah. So this is only if you don't have a combination. How would you know this place was here if you didn't get the combination? That would require some real verbal contortion on the telephone, but never mind. Almost everything on this shelf is busted up trash, but there's an old smash crate of booze. Excellent. A crate of rum. Brilliant. What exactly does that do to me other than make me thoroughly sloshed? Take it to the speakeasy. That seems slightly more intelligent than downing a crate of rum in the middle of my day's work. But never mind. Not sure what that says about me as a man that I attempted to do that, but never mind. Make some potions, do it to some miscellaneous chemicals. What should I do? Some anabolic and agonist? Kidsy, aren't they? That's one other thing you'd name after the anarchists, but never mind. There's some cold armor or +1 to my... No, I'm not really using melee attacks, but I think I will make this for the cold armor. It might come in handy for something. Indeed, double ice. You mix the flakes with some water and a bunch of weird kinds of salt. The mixture eventually solidifies into an entirely new form of matter. Double ice. This is apparently what happens when you freeze water twice. Oh, and I thought it just got freezer burn. Never mind, it doesn't matter. This used to be a still. And it still is. There's some complicated things on here. What is my current level of knowledge? How big is my brain? I have no idea because I can't find the bleeding thing. Here it is. Only level 6. Goodness, I have not reached the postgraduate level. Oh, good afternoon, gentlemen. We may involve a little bit of a scuffle in a minute. There's a label on the vat that reads Grandpa Joe's Extra Fancy Garlic Schnapps. Maybe it wasn't Prohibition that put this place out of business. Giddy, I might have been playing the shopping list and it was like Stinky Joe's Smelly Shampoo, whatever it was called. That was a strange thing. I probably don't have any stench armor at the moment, but I can probably get a fair amount of stench armor because I must have some various different things. Give me a second. Let me just see what I can count up for sort of stench armor and see if I can get enough. Alright, it seems like actually the only thing I have that gives me any stench armor is this prototype car freshener, and that only gives me 2, so not nearly enough for that. One random thing that I did find while I was in here, however, is in the miscellaneous items. I have this crusty ring that I found. Goodness only knows where. Apparently I can uncrust it when we're feeding some sandwiches to some small people, presumably. A ring rendered unidentifiable with a thick layer of ocean crust. I pull this off. I get a grindstone ring. This ring makes you want to punch somebody in the hopes that doing so will make the ring less uncomfortable. Almost all of your random encounters will be fights. That could be useful for when I need to do like combat stuff, like when I was trying to use up those grenades. So that could come in handy for something. Alright, never mind, we have a bit of violence to do. There are a bunch of vampires hanging out in here. Why were they hanging off the ceiling? Probably shouldn't be a surprise that they've noticed you. That is him, the door guard says, pointing at you. That is him right over there. Now that definitely shouldn't be a surprise. Alright. Mesmerizing dance. Oh, goodness, this is less than optimal because I'm not going to do a lot of damage for this. Allow me to use my jazz hands for the sake of upping my moxie. I do the cha-cha-cha. I suppose. Oh no, I have no AP now, so I can't use my Sacks of Violence when I need my Sacks of Violence. Do any of these give me AP? Hot damage, bleeding damage. I'm sure it's very bleeding damage. Restore 2 action points. Yes, I wish to have those. There we go. Now I can use my Sacks of Violence. That hurts quite badly with this bleeding air running, but never mind. Who do we actually have? We have the brutish vampire, the vampire mesmer, the vampire in mist form, and the vampire in bat form. Oh, it looks like some weird contraption that's simply invented for a Source filmmaker animation, but never mind. You're going to shriek at me for 9 physical damage and reduce my armor as well. That's pretty bad. I might want to get rid of you sooner rather than later. You're going to cause me bleeding damage. You're just going to do standard spooky damage, not bothered about that. You can do standard physical damage. Okay, so you 2 are the ones I want to get rid of first. So, you've got spooky armor, so there's not a lot of point in doing that. Allow me to shoot you in the face. That's going to do 7, so it won't kill him. I'd rather get rid of somebody definitely and kill him. Let me kill you. That's really freaking loud in my ear, but never mind. Oh, goodness. I did not jump. Oh, that gives him health. A kneecap. Kneecap the British and vampire. Ugh, that's horrible. Don't say that. I'll only really do 4 damage to any of them, which is really enough to kill anybody, so I guess I'll just try and miss slightly. 1 billion cuts. What are you talking about? There's only 4 of them. Calm down. Give them the evil eyes. Man, I always said I was getting really good and easy at the combat. I still forget about that every time. It hurts my ears. Never mind. I suppose I could increase my HP, or rather my moxie. That would probably be good for doing extra shooty damage. So allow me to up my moxie again with additional dance moves, and then I shall shoot. I probably should shoot you because you're the only one that she can't kill. So yeah, I'm going to shoot you. My gun's gonna break. I've totally forgotten about the, would you stop doing that? Just kill him. That gun is really inaccurate. Never mind, it doesn't matter. The sex of violence will get us halfway there. There we are. Then something else happened, goodness only knows what. And then I'll just throw a rock at you because I'm just that unpleasant. Thank you. Unfortunately, a bunch more vampires that were lounging around the rear of the building are now getting up to see what all of the fuss is about. Oh, fiddlesticks. Where are all of they? They are all the ones over here. Oh no, a whole bunch of vampires are here, glaring at you with glowing red eyes and grinning at you toothily, or just generally giving really bad vibes. Would you stop doing that? Unfriendly vat, do not use. This vat is intentionally left empty. Oh, funny. Funny, like a maths exercise. Never mind, I could try and kill these guys. I'm gonna try, though it probably isn't gonna go very well. What are you little golem creature? Ugh, that is not pleasant in the slightest. Thank you, but I kind of wish you'd used it on yourself. Okay, what in the name of hell are you? You're a vampire thrall, and you're going to claw people. That's unpleasant, but never mind. Allow us to use sex violence. Because there's never anything better than a good bit of sexy violence. Okay then, what else should I do? Spooky damage to all enemies. How much spooky armor do you have? A bit. Quite a bit. Quite a lot actually. Do you have anything else? I have a glob of filthy hair. Throw that at them. I could hit them with a wrench. Oh no, this just reduces their moxie. Oh, that's a shame. Puncture them for bleeding damage. Summon a tin Lizzie. Oh, that would probably... Oh no, I can't use extra anymore. Silly. I'm being stupid. Restore 3 action points. Oh, that's pretty good. I might need that. Because I don't have like any bombs or anything. 5 hot damage to all enemies. Immune to being on fire. That's alright, because you still take hot damage. Let's use this thing. Yeah, that was quite effective. I've also realised you're floating. I mean, he's floating as well, but he's no feet to stand on, so it's kind of more understandable-like. Well, that isn't going to do you a lot of good, because I'm still going to shoot you in the face. Well, I'm not. Somebody else is going to, but the effect will be the same. Would you stop waggling? Thank you. They should call you Dr. Van Helsing, after the character in the book that also killed a bunch of vampires. Oh, that's what he did. I only know that he wears a bigger coat. As far as you can tell, the place is clear now, and that should satisfy Don Toblerone, his boss. You gain a skull cane. Oh, this is cute. An elegant cane with a spooky silver skull on the end. Oh, I like that. Some cosmetic wine. A vampire's metabolism won't process real wine, but vampires still want to look like cool wine people. And also a bloodle. A bloodle. Excellent. I suppose wonder where they get these bloody names from. It is a piping hot strudel filled with blood instead of, I don't know, raspberries or whatever normal strudels have in them. I think apples generally. Oh dear. It makes you immune to bleeding. That could be useful against vampires for the future. Okie dokie then. Let's just see what other things we can find. Yep, but still in there. What? This drum is almost certainly empty. Bang on it. I presume you mean don't engage in intimate relations atop it. A hollow, somber clang. May I clang it again? Yes. I am an excellent clanger. Righty then, for crying. Strange place. It's slowly moving it further and further down, isn't it? Eventually I'm not going to be able to see the blade game. This table is strewn with miscellaneous vampire things. What does that involve? Apparently it involves more wine, another bloodle, and some booze. These were invented when a cobbler accidentally mispronounced vampire bats. Oh, kids, yeah. Makes you float like a spooky vampire. That actually sounds tolerable, unlike every other pair of shoes I've ever encountered in the place. Oh, this is cool. I rather like this. This is a bit fun. Given we haven't been wearing any shoes since the beginning of this game, we should probably do this for a little while. And it means we won't get our shoes dirty because they're going to be trudging through the mud. Vampires left a crate of booze on the floor. I suppose I should have it. Crate of gin. Excellent. The mirror in this vanity has been broken, but the drawers do still work. Let us see what is inside them. Oh, some rings. Oh no, a choker, which I think goes around the neck, unless I'm mistaken, given that you can't really choke with a finger, which would be a bit weird. The tightness of this necklace makes your neck muscles stand out more when you grimace. I don't think that's healthy. You're probably cutting off the blood circulation to your brain, but never mind. This ring is so nice that it makes everyone within a 10-foot radius seem more powerful. It increases your companion's muscle moxie and mysticality by 2 at the start of combat. That's cool. I like that. Okie dokie then, those are good extra things to have. The sofa is soaking wet. One of the mist vampires must have been sitting here. Oh, kitty, oh. I don't really want to sit in somebody else's juices. It's a bit sort of slightly horrible and disgusting. But never mind. Where's the thing I needed the stench armor for? Was that just a one-off thing? If I didn't have it at the time, that was it? Or is it the fact that I'm currently floating off the ground? Is that what's causing the confusion here? I don't know, but I don't suppose it really matters. Alright, let's squeeze back through the hole for no particularly well-defined reason. I mean, I am a thoroughly haunted individual, so I suppose it only makes sense that I'd be floating around like some sort of cloud. Okay. Let's travel to the dam and see what we find. Why is your clock ticking? 2 of the hovering shadow orbs float up to you. They look basically like the ones you've seen before. That is, they look like nothing, perhaps holes in everything. But these ones move with a purpose, and the purpose is menace. The 2 orbs squint at you, and Mr. Poindexter's voice echoes inside your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch. Ah, clearly you did not recognize the warning inherent to our last meeting. How predictable you are. Did you predict this hand gesture? Well, quite indeed. Clearly they're stick figures and we can't see that. I suppose you think you're clever. I just like clever people. Why? Because they show you up as being a stupid person? That's the same reason I don't like clever people, but never mind. Well, that makes sense, considering that you're so deeply in love with yourself. You're interfering in affairs that do not concern you, and the affairs are very important and powerful people. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you creeps stop interfering in my affairs? This is your final warning. We are not playing games. Well, that is a shame. I could teach you a pretty good game called 51 Pickup. For the pure audacity of it, I want to see what this game is involving. You prepare a deck of cards and spray them at the orbs with the flinch of a spot in the fluttering cloud of white cards. By the time Mr. Poindexter recovers his composure, you've run away. You dirty, uncouth little so-and-so. Next time we meet, I shall put you in your place. I'm adding literally to your list of crimes as well. I rather enjoy that. I guess I should also, this, what did you call it, is huge. Damn! Maybe that's where they got the idea of the name from. I don't know. I don't claim to understand these things. I guess I should try to... I guess I should try to avoid combat where possible for the sake of not wearing out my weapons too much. You got a fish in a sack? Indeed. Oh, this is just a general fishing thing. This isn't like fishing for random crap. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to fish properly. Okay, fair enough. Scarlet Pimpernel. I don't think that's a fish, but never mind. I don't suppose it matters. The frame rate can just oddly die, which is impressive for such a simple game. A beautiful flower stands in defiance of this reining in of nature. Smell it. It smells as good as it looks. What's this? This drainage pipe has some nasty goo coming out of it. This is not pleasant. This one has a Gladstone valve, and I probably shouldn't take it, because I'll probably get in trouble for stealing things. What does this say? Oh goodness, I'm not intelligent enough. I'm very stupid. Why do all of these places have these weird portals in it? Oh, I guess because I need to go back in time to when they were building the dam? Rather than stealing one of these valves here. I guess that kind of makes sense. Another one of those time doors. Let's hope the repeated exposure to this isn't going to give you access to cancer. No, but I'm sure all of the cigarettes will do the job nicely. Okay, what does this say? Oh no, Dean Bros delivery. Door delivery. I was at Bean Bros originally and got confused, but never mind. A door is being delivered. Oh, that's one of the doors. I thought it was in the background. It was not. Never mind. A crate labelled pipe shoes. What? This is probably not what they meant to order. What the hell is it? Also, why is it moved to the right this time? This is really freaking weird. Pipe shoes. These don't make any sense, but you're just going to have to roll with it. They help you get around. What does that do? Like, what does that actually do to me, like on a physical level? gosh, it turns me into one of those destroyer droids from Star Wars. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back to my vampire boots for no particularly good reason. I guess since I am haunted, it's only appropriate for me to float through the air. Never mind. Some careless dam worker has abandoned a toolbox here. Their loss is our gain. Indeed. We have another one of these things for doing bleeding damage, and one of these things for upping my weapons, and some foot gloves. I actually I wasn't cognizant of the meaning of that at first. I thought they were just gloves. I don't know what I thought. Or maybe they're hand shoes that you should walk on your hands. Oh, God. Yep, it is literally just a disaggregation of stupid walking all over again. Okay, fine, whatever. At least these ones don't involve any frickin' walking. This truck is heavier than a regular truck. What? No, you don't want to get your hook stuck. Oh, alright. I usually quite like dipping my hook in things, but never mind. I guess it stands to reason that a structure this big would need more than one truck's worth of concrete. This one is empty. I feel like it's going to need like 50 million trucks, but never mind. Hello, gentlemen of the big jaw. The plot thickens. Does this man not like me because I stole one of his vowels like 5 years ago? Is that the thing that's going on? Poindexter says nobody who ain't on the crew is allowed on the side. Poindexter? The foreman, Terence Poindexter. He clutches his stomach. Are you quite alright? Just starving is all. The rest of the crew went to lunch, but someone had to stay here and keep the rubbernecks and looky-doos off the site. I drew the short pants. Short pants? I think you mean short straw. Nah, we got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared out a nest of fairies. Oh, that's quite wonderful. No, the images this game evokes are like a bunch of burly workmen just pulling out these teeny tiny little trousers and then comparing them. Oh dear. I see. Can I have these tiny trousers? No, because there'd be no way of picking who stands guard. I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I'm going to turn inside out. What about the table over there? That says lunch. There's a reason everybody else left the site to eat lunch, pal. You don't want to eat what Poindexter considers lunch. How bad could that be? Is it like jellied eels or something? I would kill for a jellied eel. Poindexter brings these little bottles of sludge. He says, "Has to go? The point of eating is nutrition. Making sustenance pleasurable is a pointless waste of time and resources." She's a real riot at parties, this guy. He doesn't sound very pleasant at all. Kitty, sort of nutritional supplement pink paste stuff. That is because it is awful. He clutches his stomach and moans. Fight him off. Don't have anything to eat. What about what about some cheese? Is that some cheese? I offer him a handful of cheese. Oh, thank you. He greedily devours it, but his stomach is still slightly strongly. Would you like some bread to go with your cheese? Thank you. He seems a little bit more relaxed. Would you like a panini? I don't really know what a panini is, but you're more than welcome to have it. If you had to describe his current mood, it would be 60% sleepy, 40% hungry. How much more stuff can I give you? Fine, have some pears or fruit to go in with the sweetness. He looks a little bit hungry. Oh, I'll give you this. I don't know what this is, but you can have it. It's probably disgusting, but it's fine. Oh, well, thank you. He greedily devours it. Finally satiated, he slumps on the ground, falls fast asleep. That's nice. I didn't really want to murder him because he seemed like a nice man who's just doing his job. Can I have some of the sludge? The sign says lunch, but what's on the table isn't identifiable as anything that you would care to eat. An outhouse! How convenient. This brick outhouse is extremely well constructed. Well then, what do we have in here other than a teeny tiny little sink? The taps don't work. I would be shocked if they did. The only source of local water is the local waters that we've just done watering with, so let's not talk about that. The taps don't work, but there is still a bunch of water pooling in the basin. Let's do some fishing. What find we? Handful of clean water. I am shocked that it's clean. It's full of water. You kind of already knew this, given we wrote it down for you 30 seconds ago, but never mind. You should leave the rest for the people who need to use this book for its intended purposes. This seems reasonable. A workman-like toilet for workman-like workmen. I should do some work on it. Excellent. Strange guy. Okay then, there's many boxes here. What do these say? Claxman screws, Grafton nuts. Some of these are surprisingly sexual, but never mind. Daxton shafts, Waxman's discs, Braxton's cords, Frampton's picks, and Claxton valves. It's a good thing that they're building a dam. It will be a show for future generations got to enjoy this beautiful forest. You're telling me. I suppose I'm having this because I haven't bought it off them, which is a bit strange. I thought I was actually going to commune with Pedantic or whatever his name is. There's anyone left? It's a good thing you got here when you did. It's a brand new 11-year-old Claxton valve. Ah, there's an oxymoron if ever I heard one. Right then, let us leave and return to the place that we were going to, wherever that was. Indeed. Can I take these ones? Replace. Oh, this pump is missing this. Ah. Curious. What would happen if I place this one here? You've gone through 2 months with this stupid valve to give it to the government, I suppose, but at the same time I'm feeling sort of charitable. What happens if I take this one? The valve is held in place by decades of corrosion. Even if you could detach it, you get wrecked in the process. Okay, that's reasonable. I thought the entire dam was going to explode if I did that, but never mind. Should I take this back to the hardware store, or should I go, No, it seems like I can go directly to the, I can go directly to the lighthouse without taking a detour. A squirrel chatters angrily at you from a nearby hollow tree, presumably trying to scare away from its stash. A real tragical mistake on its part, since you know where its stash is. It scampers away as you peer inside the hole. You find not just the expected nuts, but also several wallets. There's this squirrel been mugging hikers. You should probably get out of here before it comes back with a knife. Or any friends. Idiot. The alternative ending to that strange story from Fallout 4 about the squirrels. Okay then, I wish to commune with you. I've got your valve. Did you install it? No, I don't have the technical expertise for that. It would do good in your hands like that, will it? Go to the pump outside and keep you. I've forgotten how busy you were playing chess and reading War and Peace and doing everything else you can do with your day. Excellent. Fortunately, it's clearly labelled. For that, I'm most grateful, given I'm also most stupid. I've installed the valve, as you demanded. I've been watching the water level through the window. Should be dry enough for our purposes now. Come on upstairs. He disappears through the door behind him. Okay, let's go inside and see what we can find. Or bulbs. Sorry, that was blubs at first, which was, strange, referencing a strange segment from a later show. But never mind. An empty and wet bookshelf. Good thing he had his books downstairs. Of this we are grateful. Oh no. Oh. I thought this was like a stand for the light, and I thought the light bulb was missing, and we'd have to find a new bulb. Like a bulb the size of a human head. I didn't realise it was that sort of lamp. Right then. Welcome to where the magic happens. Magic? Old lighthouse keeper joke. I have no idea what you're talking about. Can I have the compass? What? Certainly not. I need that. But you asked if I had a compass, and I said that I'd show it to you. I never said nothing about giving it to you. When I really do need it, so I've got to calibrate this lamp to the North Star every so often. I need a good compass to show me which one is North one. What if I were to get you a replacement one? No, I said a good one. The new ones aren't any use at all. Why not? Because of how they changed them. They changed, what do they do? Change the direction of north? Didn't they teach you nothing in school? Folks get short memories. It's only round about the turn of the century some Atlas company bought the pattern on west and rebranded it as the new north. And then they did a recall on all the old compasses and issued new ones. Now they all point west now, which is useless for my purposes. What between here and west are you talking about, you total nincompoop? How about I find you another old one then? You can find a new pre-New North one, compass that is, in at least good condition as mine, then I will swap with you. Don't really get the point of what that would be though, since you already have one. You know what I love is that we don't even know if this is the cursed one or not, we just know that it is a compass that exists. Never mind then. Maybe this will help you. Most of the old compasses have radium print on the dial, so you can read them at night. Is that true? I did not know that. This whole Geiger counter ought to be able to pick up the radiations from that. How should I start? Well, most folks consider the old kind of compass to be trash nowadays. If it were trash, I'd probably go looking at the junkyard. Oh, do you have any bulbs? 60-watt light bulbs. May I have a 60-watt light bulb? You only use a 60-watt light bulb. It ain't much. It ain't a big lake. Well, I don't know. I haven't really seen it, to be quite frank. But never mind. Let's go to the junkyard and see what we find. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going around the lake. Naturally, I'd forgotten I can't swim. You pull up short, having nearly walked straight through a huge spider web when you weren't paying attention. Although, I guess some part of you was paying attention. Good job, whatever part of you that was, that is. You turn and head in the other direction. Soon find yourself stopped by another big spider web. So you turn around and try another direction. But nope, that path ends in a big spider web as well. Looks like the attention-paying part of your brain was not paying enough of attention to keep you from getting lost in a huge spider web maze. Maybe in future you should pay attention to these things instead of just delegating. I'm sorry, but it's kind of your responsibility, Mr. Video Game. Never mind. With some careful mental mapping, you eventually manage to navigate your way out of the maze. Somewhere nearby, you hear a chittering noise, which probably the spider's equivalent of shucks. And fiddlesticks indeed. Surely I have enough weapons and things to kind of cut the spider's webs out of the way. But never mind. What do I know? Oh, that's my Geiger counter. You confused the living hell out of me for a while there. A heated fishing rod cooks the I got a hot rod. Forgive me for abandoning that sentence. We both knew it wasn't going anywhere. A magical weapon. This rod is almost too hot to handle. Oh, okay. Too darn hot. I bet it is. There's something shiny in this pile of trash. A snake tooth ring. Goodness. When you apply poison, apply 3 extra. Oh, I have no idea what you're yammering on about, but I presume that's a combat thing. Okay, that is cool and interesting. There's a rock and roll gizmo over there, unless I'm mistaken. And this pile of trash must be particularly appealing to flies. There's little trash which isn't appealing to flies, but never mind. Anything else that we can find? Ooh, there's a man humping an oven. Yeah, there's a man humping an oven. There's a man really vigorously humping it. Oh, he's probably pulling it, isn't it? Well, I mean, humping and pulling are kind of the same thing, depending on your colloquialisms. I don't think he is trying to add a little cream to the beef lips inside, but we'll leave that to one side for the second. Oh, I still don't have enough stench armor for this. The radio must be solar powered or trash powered. Why is it working? I can't hear any music coming out of it, other than the soundtrack, of course. Okay, there's an old car here with some sleaze armor. I could probably get through. Yeah, I could probably get through that. I reckon I could get enough sleaze armor for that. What else have we got? Another bashed up car here, but never mind. Yeah, let me see if I can get the sleaze armor, because we had a few sleaze-alicious things, if I remember correctly. What did we have? Physical armor, hot armor, no, that's not what I want. We had something sleaze-alicious, if I remember. I could put that on. Which gives me 1 sleaze armor already. Can I make them doubly greasable? You already have adequate knee protection. No, I don't really, but never mind. I could put that on, but that would increase it from 1 to 2, but I need to get it 2 higher. Shoes don't do anything. Do I have any foods that would do that? I've given most of my foods to my friend, but never mind. I don't think that does anything. Any potions that would increase my my stench armor? The sleaze armor, that's not quite what I want. This is all of the coffee that I can't drink. Different weapons, mysticality. No, I really do not seem to have half the items that you'd think I'd need, but never mind. Yeah, so I don't seem to have any of the things that I need. I'm very, very sad. Can I finally read this bleeding thing? No, of course not. Never mind, we'll come back to this at a later date, I think. I suppose I better commune with you before you... Yes, he's trying to wrestle. Yes, okay, fair enough. I'm grateful for that. Hello, I am Beanie. Hello, Beanie. What are you up to? I'm trying to get this stirred so I can haul it back to our hobo camp outside of Ocean City. Oh, you know of the camp. I'll be cooking up a mess of beans when I get the store back there. Let's give up the hobo code. Do you know any code you could teach me? Heck, I know a dozen different symbols. For beans, wouldn't 1 be enough? They all look pretty similar now that you mention it. Excellent. Okay, can I increase my muscle then? What is my current muscle? 3. Actually, do I have... No, I guess I was thinking I could upgrade them like a perk or something, but that might not be a wise investment. No, I want things that increase. Oh, I probably should have been looking at these actually. Thinking about it. No, not these. I meant more accessories. This is what I meant. I could put that on. That would give it up to 4. Anything else? Anything better? No, not that. Rings don't do anything. Do the pads do anything? Anything with muscle? Anything make them additionally more muscular, even? If I can get my frickin' words out, which would be a small miracle. There's nothing that increases my... I don't seem to have half the things in. I could eat this. I could eat one of these. I'm going to eat this one for the sake of the 5 health we get per round, so there we are. We'll do this. You're 2 loaves of a person in one big loaf bag. I have no idea what you're talking about. You shove the entire loaf into your mouth and then do 3 sets of 20 reps with jaw clenchers. I'm going to pretend I've got the face that I was talking about, and then I'm going to put this thing on. Right then, I am now additionally big and strong, and I may assist you in this endeavour. With a sort of grunting and heaving, the 2 of you manage to yank the stove free. Well, thanks a million, pal. I'm going to drag this back to the camp. I'll be in business. Oh, I thought you were going to make it I'll be seeing you pun, but never mind. That was not the correct jazz reference. I apologise. Let me put this thing back on. There we go. Thank you. Right then, let's go inside of the heap. This opening leads to an underground labyrinth of filth. Unfortunately, your Geiger counter is ticking faintly, so you probably have to go in there and hope you are wearing your favourite anything. Oh dear, am I going to get all goopy? It turns out that this garbage dump is much deeper and older than it initially appeared. Huge rooms and tunnels have been carved out into the trash. It looks as like the worst archaeology dig imaginable. And most archaeology digs are still pretty dirty, so that is really saying something. Weirdly, it seems like the trash caves are home to a swarm of large, beautifully coloured butterflies. You move towards them slowly so as not to startle them. As you get closer, you realise instead of having regular insect bodies, there are people. Oh, these are the fairies. Hello, fairy people. Hello, you're really beautiful. You're beautiful. Well, that sounded just like my voice. What, are you mimics? That's real cute. Oh, it's on my face. Not what are you talking about? Some very confusing things is going on here. You spot away a fairy that had fluttered up next to you and attempted to stab you in the neck with a rusty needle. Bloody hell. I think I'll just be on my way. Look out, Jim! That one's got a gun! Indeed, another fairy is approaching, lugging a full-size snub-nosed revolver in his tiny little arms. This is most... May I have this spade? Yes. What do I want this shovel for? Can I dig things with a shovel? For digging! I didn't think it was for baking cakes. I mean, I guess you could kind of technically bake a cake with it, in the sense that you could sort of use it to whisk up the ingredients and also to shovel the flour in. Maybe if you were making a very big cake... Maybe if you were making a mud pie, you could bake something with a shovel. I don't know. This device is called a shovel because of the way it shoves dirt out of the way, and the fact that the guy who named it liked the letter L. Somehow I doubt that's true, but if it is, I will be pleased. Okay, does this take me back outside? No, this takes me into a deeper layer where there is a big bell. Hello, big bell. Ringing this bell would definitely stir up some angry fairies. Oh, is this like the infinite combat thing? No, not squeezy enough. This tunnel is big enough to accommodate you if you can muster the flexibility, assuming you're neither claustrophobic nor germophobic. Oh dear. Okay, these are like little fairy tunnels where they live. Okay, that seems fair enough. Can I go over here and fight them? And punch them in the face? My Geiger counter's going a bit more crazy. Is it stronger? Yeah, it's definitely stronger over here than it is over there. There are a lot of fairies in that direction, frolicking around and making animal noises. The sounds of more specifically dying animals. That's really loud. Do all 5 of you have to go through this? Okay, fine. Oh, you guys are quite strong, actually. Good thing I've got all that health regen. I think we should begin. I think we should definitely begin with it. We should always begin with this. We should always begin with this. They're so smart. I do like they've all got unique hairdos, though. That's attention to detail that I can approve of. You've no spooky armour, so I reckon this will be useful to use. Indeed. Right then. I suppose I should shoot you in the face. Which one would do better from being shot? You, because you'd die. My gun's going to die very soon as well. I should probably start investigating your gun. kamikaze fairy. Now there's a pair of words I never expected to stick in the same sentence. You've won. Your reward is getting to explore further a literal garbage tunnel. Okay, don't pout. You now have some loot too. Excellent. Few experience points. A fairy cake. To a fairy, this is a huge birthday cake. To you, it's a grisly reminder that you killed a fairy on his birthday. Oh, kiddie aunt. A little fairy knife. This knife is too small for you to get a good grip on with your big, clumsy human hands. So presumably I'm just going to toss it at someone like a ninja. That seems sort of cool. Ninjas are sort of cool. Oh, idiot, more than tunnel fork. What is that? Looks like a big cocoon or something. Oh dear. We're definitely getting closer though, so I guess we're going to have to fight a few more of them. There's a whole flock of fairies here, all of them armed with rusty needles. It looks like they're practicing fencing skills, but their fighting style is so chaotic it's impossible to tell. Okay, good, I have the jump on them this time. Excellent. Let's do this again, because there's... genuinely is nothing better than doing that. Okie dokie then, what else should we do? Should we throw some globs of horrible stuff at you? That seems vaguely sort of reasonable. Actually no, let's go back to the old-fashioned ways and shoot somebody. What are you going to do? You're going to do 6 physical damage, you're going to do 7, you're going to do 4, you're going to do 4, you're going to do 6, what are you going to do? You, 4, okay, I'll kill this one because he's going to do the most. As if he's not actually attacking me. I'll shoot you anyway. I'll be evil to mythical creatures for the sake of not letting these guys be vicious to me. Or rather be vicious to real creatures is what I'm trying to say, If I try shooting you, I don't guess you'd shoot the guys in front first, would you? No, you somehow managed to do something completely ineffective. Right then. Perhaps I shouldn't have allowed these guys to live as long as yeah, I know there's a big old log here, which is proving to be a bit of a problem, but never mind, that's what you get from having enough fibre in your diet. I always forget about that. Every single time I forget that I have the sacks of violence. Never mind. What have we here? This is the foot of a big statue. Oh, it does kind of look a bit like a foot, doesn't it? That's how far away... No, hang on. That's how far you are away from this and what it is. It seems pretty... What in the name of hell are you yammering on about? You listen to the statue. It's sad about the passage of time. You manage to make it feel a little better by reminding it that it's still really big, really strong foot. And it gives you some toe jam, a suggestion. That is disgusting. That is absolutely fine. Why is there a xylophone? Someone threw an entire fence. I thought it was the xylophone at first. Okay, what have we here? I have no idea. Does this go anywhere? There's a buffalo skull over there. Hot dang! Someone threw away a perfectly good cow skull. This is rare as heck, considering there haven't been any cows in this country for more than 30 years. A mounted cow skull. Oh. This will look great in your room, probably. It's always hard to tell whether one of these is part of a normal cow that somebody killed for sport, or the entirety of a horrible floating cow skull that somebody killed in self-defense. You make a good point. If the Geiger is really going nuts, this must be the place. Just beneath the surface, your shovel strikes the top of a crate, and the Geiger starts to continue its erratic clickery. Stomp through the crate lid. The crate is what I'm trying to say. You give the top of the old crate a mighty stomp. I do have many pairs of shoes with which we could do this, which is actually, now that I think about it, stomping is going to be quite difficult given they like float. But never mind. You end up ankle deep in compasses. It's better than being ass deep in compicals, which is what you'd say anyway. But never mind. Enough jokes. You grab the least ruined looking of the compasses. You also breathe a sigh of relief as you turn off that infuriating Geiger. I didn't know you could turn them off, but never mind. Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, good. That's a bit quieter, and of that I'm grateful. Okay then, we've got a few minutes left. Let's wander around a little bit longer and see what else we can find. We can find another pile of weird boxes. There's a teetering stack of crates holding up part of the ceiling here. This seems really freaking dangerous, but I'm going to boot it over. And turn it into a staircase, because that's how things work. The treasures collapsed into an unsafe staircase such heap. That was extremely lucky. Yes. How have I ended up here again? Oh, I see. So this is like an alternative exit. Okay, good. Dyes its head funny and joins a band, I suppose. Right, wrong way. Kitty Hut. Strange game. Can I knock this over as well? No, I can't. That's a shame. Okay, there's a few more fairies, but we should probably leave them to their business rather than getting into a kerfuffle. Okay then, let's take the compass back and see if we can swap it, and then we'll probably leave it there for the week, I reckon. Okay, dear. You hear raised voices and the sounds of commotion nearby. As you head in the direction to check it out, and you get nearer, the voices become clearer. Someone's yelling for help. You pick up the pace until you find a small glade in the middle of the woods, full of old little structures and large, beautifully coloured butterflies. Something feels a bit off about the whole scene, though, so instead of rushing in, you crouch in the bushes and creep around the perimeter, looking for the source of the yelling. One group of the butterflies is nearer to the bushes than the others. As you get closer to them, you can hear that they have little human bodies. They're horrible little fairies again. Oh, for crying out. They seem to be giggling maniacally about something, probably the fact that they just beat me up. I ain't think we ought to mess with them, Mike. They're creepy. Shut up, Jim. I ain't afraid of some weird butterflies. I sounded uncannily like regular-sized human voices. Are they mimics, like parrots? Get off my ear, you little varmint. My eye. Oh, now it makes sense. They are mimics. They're just repeating things that their victims have said to them the last people. That is the last people that they murdered, like that horrible SCP. Lovely. Well, they seem on par for the course with these guys. Okay, I think I'll just leave them to me. Maybe deal with that later, or in fact never go there ever at all. Man alive! I'm glad that this environment is like really super different from Ocean City. I really do like that. Adds a nice bit of variety. So that is good. Okay, I have this thing for you. Indeed I do, I have this compass. What do you think? Could use a polish, but seems to be in good condition. Alright, I shall swap with you. Let me get the old Geiger counter back from you too. You got an item? Cursed compass. This compass always points towards the evil version of North. I am so gonna frickin' follow this in a minute. Then get going. I've a lot of important nothing to do. I know how you feel, my friend. Okay, glad we still have 90 seconds left or so. Okay, wrong button. Can I please follow this? Can I please follow this? If I follow this, can I then start wandering randomly and see if my compass tells me to go anywhere? Molly points to a sign posted at Forked Trail, Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Witches. I presume that's a play on Salem, but sandwiches instead. You kind of like the spooky stuff? It's the berries, gets the blood pumping, you know. Well, if they have a haunted house, you promise not to shoot any of the actors. No promises. I don't think we are following the cursed compass of Jack Sparrow's evil twin, but that might come in handy for something later. But never mind, we should get to the Sandwich Museum and all the rest of the chaos later. How does it decide which particular rod I'm using exactly, between like my salty rod and my everything else for that matter? Like, how does it choose? Or do I only have one? No, I do still have a rod. Never mind, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Never mind. Next week, we shall wrestle with the Sandwich Museum and probably wrestle with a few more fairies. I'd like to explore the rest of that garbage heap. I don't know what this is about my weekend preferences, but never mind. And we'll go to the lair as well, see if we can meet anyone else, and then we shall see what else we're doing. Because I reckon we're about done here. We've got the compass, yep, and we need to go back and inform the mob that we're finished there. But I reckon there's still a little bit more to do here, so we'll finish all of that off next week. So that was a bizarre experience, I must say. I wasn't expecting to be quite so many otherworldly creatures like fairies and vampires and stuff. But I guess after all the demon cows that we had in the prior game, I suppose it only makes some semblance of sense. So never mind. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.